Yeah, it was interesting for me because this is year 5. I've been to 4 different training camps this year. Walking in, I knew what to expect as far as the practice schedule, but I didn't know where everything was. I got lost getting practice here today, and just didn't know where everything was. So the uncomfortability of trying to get used to the surroundings, get used to the way things are run here. But I feel like as a team, we had a good day. As far as receivers go, with a couple balls in the ground, and that's usually how day one goes. I felt like it was a good flow, and I felt like we had a good day to build on.
How important is it like as an offense to have all your pieces out there now with Chris Johnson in there as well?
It felt good. It felt like we had the first time we had our group together. OTAs, your guys were kind of mixing and matching, coming in and out. Today was the first day we everybody got there together. Got a lot of good reps out there today. Mike was in there. Eric had a lot of catches today. So we're plugging those guys in. It's not one of those things we're kind of giving an opportunity to kind of catch themselves. We're looking for them to box. So we got to go. Today was a good way to get them established.
Last year, you guys didn't have a whole lot of weapons. Talk about the improvement this year with the personnel.
Well, I would beg to differ. I believe we did have weapons last year. There's just a lot of different things that we had going on. But we definitely added some pieces. And last year going 8-8, a lot of talk this year was coming into this camp about playoffs. And so that's something that's our goal. But at the same time, we can't rely on what we did last year, and we can't rely on the pieces that we brought in. Year in and year out, you see a team bring in some pivotal pieces, but it doesn't work, it doesn't mesh. And so teams fail, and they do worse than they did last year. So we can't rely on our past success and our past. We have to work on what we're doing right now. And I think today was a testament to this group to come out here and work from day one to establish what we want to do in this playoffs.
Can you give an assessment of what Gino looked like, what Michael Vick looked like?
I think Gino looked better than I've ever seen him today. Just walking in, just the small stuff. People that probably didn't see it as far as his throwing. The ball was on point, but just from the small stuff. He's walking in there, he's making audibles at the line of scrimmage, which even week 13, 14, he wasn't doing that. And just today, walking in, saw some defense from day one that Rex was throwing. Rex throws all this kind of crazy defenses, but Gino recognized them. Was putting us in a good position to be successful, and that's what we're looking for from him, and we're going to grow off of that.
How about Mike?
I think he looked good. I think today was just a day for him to kind of get his bearings, get comfortable with the offense, kind of get back into the rhythm, and get back into the flow of things. And I thought he made some great passes out there today. I'm excited at what he can do with his legs. You saw a couple times today where the pass didn't necessarily work out the way he wanted to, but he relied on his legs and was able to escape the pocket and make a negative play into a positive play.
To have so many pieces added at key positions, what does that do for the competitiveness now that everybody's kind of fighting for some spots?
Oh, it only makes us better. And that's the crazy thing about training camp is that you're trying to get guys established and get ready for the grind of a 17-week season. But at the same time, you've got competition amongst each other and competition within the groups, within the positions. And so, but the good thing is that we got some veteran presence. We got some guys that know what this is about, know the business of it, and can come out here and compete with each other, but at the same time encourage each other, and at the same time develop each other. And so, I think you saw it today. And today was, like I said, today was a great day for us to build off of, just because you saw guys competing with one another, but still encouraging each other.
What would you say the biggest difference for Gino is from year 1 to year 2?
Just knowing it's his team and knowing that he has what it takes, that confidence, and to know that last year he didn't really have a chance to worry about himself because he had different pieces coming in each and every single week. He had to learn new offenses, he had to learn the playbook, he had to learn adjustments. There was so much being thrown at him. Now that's kind of second nature to him. So now he can worry about himself, he can worry about his drop, he can worry about his foot position, different things like that, different intangibles that he can kind of improve on. And so and you're seeing that. You're seeing the small stuff of him really taking ownership over and developing and getting better.
Person, can you take us through the difference between last year and this year? Last year, this time, you were an unfamiliar surrounding. Now here you are with the team joined in season. Just from a comfort standpoint, how will all of that take into account?
Yeah, this is huge. You can't put value on how important training camp is because you get a chance to come out there in different situations and run routes and do plays and see things that work. Try things out. Try things you wouldn't normally try out. If it works, and you apply that to your repertoire, and if not, then you kind of throw that out there. And so for me, it's able to get in shape, get that stamina in place, get that strength, confidence that I know what I'm doing, confidence that my teammates trust me. And last year, I didn't have that just because starting to be forward. Even though you could try to work as much as you want to on the track by yourself, but it doesn't equate to what what you do in football field. Competition, the balls are flying around. You go against another NFL caliber cornerback, things change. And so for me, it's being able to be out here for 2, 3, 4 weeks consistently, getting that confidence, getting those reps, and getting that strength so I can go and have the success.
David, you said the difference is that it's just like I was doing for Alex and Gino. Do you think that he feels that way?
I do, and I see that when he's in the huddle. I see that whenever he's calling plays. I see the way he has ownership and command over the offense, specifically the offense. I've seen different quarterbacks. They don't know their standing. They don't know what's going on. There's a quarterback competition. I've been through a few in my career where you have guys that are kind of just do what they got to do and get back to the sideline. And that's not him. He's not necessarily worried about his reads. Not necessarily worried about play progression, stuff like that. He's worried about other guys. He's worried about, hey, you need to be in the right spot. You need to be there. Hey, I called audible. Why didn't you pay attention? Hey, I called this snap count. You jumped offside. So he's taking command of the offense and really making sure that he's bringing the other 10 guys that are around him along with him.
Anything from Coach Morningweg that you've seen thus far that that has intrigued you about the offense thus far?
Man, he came in here with some juice. He came in here, I always wonder because, this is probably like year 25 and he's installed the same plays over and over and over again. And so, I remember this morning we were installing plays and I was like, how many times has he installed that one play in his career? And we've installed it 4 times since OTAs. But he comes in here with the same juice, same enthusiasm, encouraging guys to get better, and just his knowledge of the game and his understanding of the offense is amazing. And so for us, just to have him come in each and every single day with that energy and with that enthusiasm, it means a lot. Because a lot of these guys, you install it 100 times, it starts to get monotonous. You're kind of like, all right, you guys should know this. But he approaches it as if guys don't have any idea what he's talking about, and it's a brand new offense. And so his enthusiasm is contagious, and guys carry that over to the field.
Overall, it's a pretty young receiving crew. You and Eric. Yeah, well, with you and Eric, though, you guys, it's probably the first time for you when you're more the veteran guys kind of showing them. JK is kind of quiet, but for you and Eric, 3 rookies, young, I think it's receivers overall. How's that different for you and what you've been through?
I embrace it. I really do. I think it's great for us because not only do we have a young group of guys, we have a bunch of hungry guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys who are coming in here and working. They're taking it, not the typical receiver you think, they just want to come out there and catch passes. We've got some guys that are going to throw their head into the mix a little bit, and they're going to block, and we're going to be a physical group of receivers. And so I'm excited. When you have young guys, yes, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, there's going to be a lot of growing pains, but there's also that eagerness to learn, eagerness to be better. They don't act like they have it all figured out. Sometimes I've seen that with some young guys, but these guys we have here, they don't have that mentality. They're willing to listen. Eric and I don't have all the answers, but we have experience. We've been through a lot of different situations that we can help these guys just learn from. And so we're just trying to help them in wherever we can. And the best thing about it is that they're willing, and so we can work with them.
David, sorry if you've been asked about Chris Johnson already, but what sort of added advantage does a given offense when you have a back who's so proven catching passes out of the backfield? How does that affect an offense, and how does it affect sort of the receivers and the attention you guys?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get really analytical with it.
Go ahead.
Just because when you have a guy like that who can take that 2-yard flat route and take it 60 yards, it opens things up down the field, because then when you have linebackers who, if you have a bigger running back in the flat, the linebackers aren't going to worry about it. They're going to let him catch it, and then they're going to rally. They're going to let him get 3 or 4 yards. It's not that big of a deal. When you see Chris Johnson in the flat, they're going to have to be mindful of that, and they're going to have to jump to that. And so when they do that, it opens up a lot of spaces and a lot of spots in the middle of the field. And if they don't, then he's going to take it to the house. And so it just opens up a whole different dimension for us, especially in the passing game, because if you have a linebacker who has a flat responsibility and he's kind of dropping back because he's not worried about the flat, well, then that shrinks the field for us. So now if he's stretching the field, there's so many more holes, so many more gaps for us, and so it's going to open up a lot of things in the passing game for us.
David, you were here a year ago, but in the quarterback competition, Gino and Mark, they pretty much just split the reps 50-50. You said you've been through quarterback competitions, so you've probably seen that. In this case, Gino's taking more reps with the first team. How important, or how much does that help, do you think? Assuming he ends up being the starter, he's taking the vast majority of the snaps. Does that help going into the season?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just because typically when you have the first team out there, those are going to be the guys you have guarding the air, the players, and that's who you hope to have out there. And to have him be out there and be comfortable with specifically the receivers, knowing who's out there. I mean, last year, every single week, we had different faces, different numbers, different names, and different places. And so it was just difficult for him because there's so many different moving pieces. This year, he's able to see guys, specifically the guys he's probably going to be out there with, and when we face Oakland week 1. And so he's able to get that comfort. He's able to, him and Nick are able to get snaps together. Him and Chris, both Chris's, are able to get that handoff and the fitting wet there. And so it's just, for him, it's adding that comfortability with people and adding that chemistry with the receivers.